evening, everyone. I haven't spoken for all of you or given a prepared speech in about 4 months. So I was thinking for the past couple of days on what exactly should I talk about for this month, or what should I research about to share with all of you here today. I kept on thinking, we think of or researching something of large amounts of information to be very dull. For example, if I were to research in law or politics, it'll bore you half to death. Perhaps in biology. But anyway, I decided to go for a little bit more closer to my childhood. One of the biggest roles, things that played in my childhood, or I played in my childhood, that is video games. Video games, ladies and gentlemen. So just sad for not knowing what video games are. If you have not played video games in your life. What kind of consoles were your first consoles? It could be your phone, those snakes, Game Boy, Dragon, Digimon, yes. All these kind of video games were the things that really got me up when I was young, because I played it consistently a lot. But then I stopped. For 5 years, I stopped doing this thing which I learned when I was young. And then, upon reaching college, after being holed up in a boarding school for 5 years, I came across a particular game which my friend introduced me, which is Dota 2. Right? Now, I'm not going to talk to you about Dota 2. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what has happened with the gaming industry. I want to talk to you guys about a thing called esports or cybersports. Basically, esports is the acronym for electronic sports played competitively. Now, initially when I heard about the term esports, I laughed at it because I felt that how can something such as a game be played competitively? And then I turned and looked up on websites of Dota 2. And I realized how large the community is. So I became curious on wanting to know more about esports and what has happened for the past 5 years of my life of not playing video games, which is pretty much really sad. But anyway, one thing that I found out is that esports has been around far longer than I have been living. The first video game tournament which I found out was that it was played in 1980s called the Space Invader. Remember those times you played on Windows 95? That Space Invader game? If you have not played this, you have at least played, what's it, Minesweeper. That was a competitive game made out of it under Microsoft, and it turned into a tournament in which at that period of time, if you win, you get nothing except a limited edition item, which right now on eBay, although a small cartridge which was the limited item back then was considered worthless, now fetches about 200,000, or it's a collector's edition. So I realized that, wow, these things make money. These things can be considered sustainable. So I looked further into what esports is. In terms of esports, it's played through a lot of various platforms. You have your consoles from PlayStation consoles, or Xbox, or if you play Kinect. Unfortunately, there is no Kinect video game tournament. There is for video game consoles like PlayStation and Xbox. Xbox definitely has one, but it's under Microsoft. Furthermore, I looked into as well on other consoles like a PC. How exactly people really play this competitively? It turns out, for people like me who actually play games like Dota 2, it turns out that these kind of games are actually played on a much larger level. Worldwide, in fact, we have a community reaching 2 million worldwide, and people who organize these events are large companies as well. You have Alienware, who organize tournaments. You have Microsoft, you have Nintendo. These are such large companies which you wouldn't expect to be interested in an industry for people who really play games, right? But I looked into further. When I learned into economics, my good friend David over there, that when there's particular demand for something, there's a price for it. When there's price, there's a profit to be made. Further into esports is that how it has developed over the years, right? Everything started with nearly just, well, what, 64-bit? 64-bit video games like Space Invader. Furthermore, it went to consoles. From what I learned, there was this particular age of about a decade or so, where video game tournaments were dictated by video game consoles like PlayStation and such. But then we moved on further and developed further into that when we developed better graphics, when the PC overtook in terms of processor, in terms of its graphic cards, over video game consoles like PS3. That's why you can play. That's why if you're a PC gamer, you'll be laughing at those people who buy Nintendo game consoles or PS3 or Xbox, because you can get a much better performance on your PC. Alienware kicks ass so bad that it makes PS3 or PS4 looks like, I don't want to say anything about that. This is horrible. So as you can see that how, in terms of gaming, competitively, esports has grown to the point in which you can consider it as a viable career. I've seen people like in Dota 2, for example, who has been playing Dota for 10 years. And they're making a ton of money. This year itself, you have a prize pool of 3.2 million if you win the International Dota 2 Cup. 3.2 million is a lot of money. Trust me, and it's in dollar form. And I think Red Light says I have to stop, although I wish to talk further. But anyway, I hope that all of you here more or less appreciate. For those who not, it's okay. It's my passion for learning what esports is. It's what my childhood was. And I plan to continue, but I will not go competitively into esports. Thank you.